Welcome to the Imperfect Dads Podcast. This is your host, Devin. We believe dads care deeply about their family and kids, but they don't always have a space to discuss what their life looks like. Our podcast is a space for dads to discuss the ups and downs of fatherhood and how they feel like they're holding it together or how they're not. Thank you for joining us for this episode. This podcast is part of the Never a Face Network. Make sure to follow them on Instagram or go to the website neverafacenetwork.com. On this episode, we have on comedian Mal Hall. We talked about the chaos of having 3 kids, traveling across the country as a stand-up comedian, business realities of being a comedian, making a lot of pizza and doing a pop-up pizza business during the pandemic, cooking with your kids, growing up poor, and what he does to help out around the house when in town. Mal has a new family-friendly comedy special called What Are We Doing Today? It's him telling stories about his life as a parent, including Costco trips and things your parents told you as a kid. You can find on YouTube or by going to malhalltv.com. Make sure to check out his website for tour dates and see when he's coming to a town near you. And also just like one more thing.
Dad, just start the episode.
Oh, my bad. So, yeah, I'll start out with a super simple question to kick it off. Just, hey, introduce yourself and say how many kids, ages, all that good stuff.
Sweet.
So, yeah, if you want to go and get started, it's all you, man.
Oh, we've begun.
We're good. That's how casual I'm going to be. Yeah. What's professionalism? What's this professionalism you speak of?
I didn't know if you had a full intro and then you're like, I'm going to ask you this question.
No.
You're like,
No. I'm going to leave that now as the intro just because that makes me laugh to have it in there. So, yeah. Hey, go ahead. Introduce yourself. Kids, ages, all that good stuff.
What's up, everybody? My name is Mal Hall. I am a stand-up comedian. I have 3 kids. My son, Kalino, is 6 years old. My daughter, June, is 3 years old. And my son, Kaipo, is 1 and some change. So that's where I'm at. Let me see. What this is.
Nice, dude.
That's my family.
That's
my family about a year ago.
Okay.
So he was just born.
Okay.
So he was 5, brand new, and 2.
So I have 3 kids also. I have a 9-year-old daughter, 7-year-old daughter, and 4-year-old son. When you had your 3rd kid, did you go third row SUV route or did you go minivan route or passenger van? What'd you go?
So we did a deep dive. I'm a research person.
Okay.
And I went down a deep rabbit hole on Reddit about the 3-row SUV versus a minivan.
Yep.
And my wife and I decided that we were going to be smart millennials. So we got the minivan. We got the efficient people mover.
Yes.
And we're a Honda Odyssey family because we're not rich. We wanted the we wanted the Sienna.
Yeah.
So, we live in San Diego. Times is tough. So we got we're a Honda Odyssey family. Are you a SUV family?
Yes, but
Sorry for the shitty comment.
You're fine. You're good. So here's the other detail though. We had our son in 2021. So like the height of by the way, we're not making new cars because of computer chip shortages. So I would literally call places and be like, hey, I see you have this van on the lot. And they'd be like, actually, it's on a truck to get here. And actually, it's already been sold. And I'm just like,
wow.
What?
Yeah.
So
I need it.
I can't fit. I don't have 3 seats in the back of my Sonata or whatever I was driving at the time. So that's why we're a third row SUV family, is because whenever the moment came, it didn't matter if there's no inventory, there's no inventory. It doesn't matter how much research you do.
Right, for sure. I was just I was astonished at learning that they made the 3-row SUV. How old are you?
I'm 38.
Okay, so you're a bit younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 41.
Okay.
But apparently they made the 3-row SUV for our generation because we were having kids, but we're like probably the first generation of parents that still cares that we look cool. And the SUV looks cool. So they marketed it to us. Like you're a mom and a dad, but you're a cool mom and dad, right? So you need this. You're not a minivan person like your parents, right?
Yeah.
You're not old. You're cool. And the minivan is just, I don't know. Every time I've gotten them at the airport, every time I've rented one, I'm just like, this seems like it could be better, but they just stop trying. Like it feels like is this a third row for people, or is this just a third row to say it's a third row? So that's why we got the van. And we're just like, many people on the Reddit were like, we wish we would have got the van first. We got the 3-row SUV.
Yeah.
And then we had to sell it to get the van because the van is so much more efficient. And so I was just like, all right, I would like to look cool, but we're parents. Let's get the efficient people mover.
Have you seen, in your research, did you find the third row SUVs that had captain chairs? So like the middle row isn't a full bench. It's just the one to the middle. I found those and I was like, oh, that looks fancy. But then I was like, so to have any trunk storage, you have to fold down the third row. So like,
Yeah.
you have 3 kids. You're not going to use the captain, and your kids are just going to fight over the captain chairs every flipping day. So
for sure,
we did not go that route.
Car now. Yeah. Now this is just a giant car with terrible gas mileage.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
And
so we got the Odyssey that has the I guess it's 2 rows of seats. But the cool thing about it is that the bench in the front, you could take the middle part out and make 2 captain's chairs, and you could put it back in and have a full bench as well.
Okay. And since your youngest is so young, like they're still like in full car seat and everything, right?
Yeah, we have three full car seats.
Yeah.
My dream, Devin, was to get a full-size truck and just put 3 car seats in the back row, but my wife wasn't having that. So
why not?
We got the van. I just don't think she wanted to be driving a truck around.
That's true. I guess she would also need to be willing to drive the vehicle with the 3 kids, and that's the kicker there.
And the van is definitely more efficient, but the truck would have looked cool.
It would have. Just wait until like you do like soccer practices, because like my middle child does soccer now. And if I have to like pick up a kid for soccer practice and they need to go like in the trunk, I've got to like have whoever's in the middle row step out so I can fold down a little bit, and then they can hop in the back and then push it back together. And I'm like, I'm trying to be cool here, right? Like everyone loves this. This is great for everyone. Oh, did you, because that was one of the things whenever we had our 3rd kid, we started to go down that route of like, we can't do like cars anymore. Like we have to go minivan or 3rd row SUV. And that's what no one warned me about that. No one said, if you have a 3rd kid, this is your life now.
Yeah, somebody told me that after we were pregnant with the 3rd kid. They're like, dude, you know that everything has to get bigger now. Like the change from 1 to 2 is, it's a change, but it's not, everything can sort of stay the same in your house. But then when that 3rd one shows up, it's like, definitely the car, definitely the bed has to get an addition, you got to bunk that bed up. And then, it's like move into a new house if you're super wealthy, or, carve out some closet space for the small one.
Or potentially turn the office guest room into the bedroom, and then turn your shed into the office recording room. That's what it might have happened for you also.
Hence, I'm in the shed. We bought this house in San Diego 2 years ago, so we're very lucky to own this little square of land in this city, but it is a small house, and I do travel the country as a comedian, and my favorite game, just to make myself depressed, is to like be in a town, like Denver, and then just pull up Zillow and go, what is that? Cool. Yeah. Cool. And that probably has a basement.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a 2-car garage.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
But it is snowing outside, so I guess that's, the tax that I'm paying.
I will give the sales pitch, though. We are closer to the sun. The snow normally doesn't last more than like 24 hours unless it's in a shaded part. So trust me, that is real.
You don't have to sell me on Denver, because that was on our list of places if we like got denied, 13 or 14 more times. My wife was like, we got to go somewhere. So it was Phoenix, Denver, or Vegas.
Okay.
Those were like our contingencies. And then we lucked into this place.
Oh, yeah. So whenever you would have bought your house whenever you were pregnant with your 3rd kid, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was that stress level of because putting offers in, getting denied offers in, while your wife is like, I'm not getting less pregnant. We got to figure this out.
I think I think we had just found out we were pregnant
Okay.
when we were moving in here.
Okay.
So thankfully we weren't like I'm gonna have this baby.
Yeah.
Where are we gonna live? We weren't at that stage
That's
yet.
good.
So yeah, we got in here at the right time.
Good. That's good. I'm from Southern Indiana originally, and
Okay.
don't look at like the Midwest house prices in small towns.
Trust me, I know.
It's
Trust me, I know. I could wait, so I could have bought this whole block.
yeah. I could have bought 3 houses here. Oh,
Southern Indiana, is that Gary?
no, that's Northern Indiana. That's like close to
Oh, okay.
Chicago, Evansville. So like super southern.
Okay, I've been to
Yeah.
Evansville.
Why have you been to Evansville?
I performed. I was on a tour with this comedian John Christ, and he was
yeah.
in Evansville.
Yeah,
And I went to the donut shop there.
like the Donut
Good.
Bank.
I think, is that what it's called?
There's
It's
like Donut Bank and Parlor Donuts are like the 2 main ones from
I
there.
might have been Parlor, the one with the motorcycle logo type
Yes,
stuff.
that's
I
Parlor
think
Donuts.
I bought a t-shirt.
Yes,
Yeah, it was
Parlor
good.
Donuts is much not, Donut Bank is like run of the mill cafe. It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
But Parlor Donuts is like the hey, this is a nice
Yeah,
donut,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So
Evansville, cool.
that's so yeah, I've listened to some John Christ comedy.
Yeah.
So how's it? Okay? So you're the first touring comedian I've ever talked to. What's it like?
Really?
Yeah, I know. Congrats.
Cool.
You're my first.
Nice. Nice.
What's it? Okay, when you go to book I've talked to a lot of like touring musicians and stuff. They try to do like Weekend Warrior, where it's like, all right, let's leave on a Thursday, back by Sunday. Is any of that a reality for a comedian whenever you book a tour? Or are you just like, the venue will take me, let's show up, that's great?
Yeah, so it's a little bit of both. So
Yeah.
when it's my shows, since I'm like right now, I'm in a stage where I'm transitioning from being like a main support act to a headlining act. So when I'm booking my own shows, I'm like, dude, whenever you want me to come, I will be there.
Yeah.
Just because any port in a storm, like I'm trying to build my community here, and so beggars can't be choosers, and I'm going where the work is. And then like I'm on a tour right now with Angela Johnson, and that tour is booked out however the routing works for her. And so for me as a dad now, like I used to, before I had kids, I would just go on these tours and I would, as long as the tour's out, I could be out. But now it's like my wife and I sit down with the tour calendar and it's like, okay, what makes financial sense as far as these breaks are concerned for me to fly back?
Yeah.
Any break longer than 4 days, generally, I'm flying back. And then any break, like sometimes we have Wednesday through Sunday shows, and so there's only a 3-day break there. It really doesn't make sense to fly from the East Coast to be home for literally 1 day, to red-eye back, to just be dog-tired for the show. So generally the big tours are like 1.5 intense months on, like maybe every weekend for 7 weeks.
Yeah.
And then it'll be like 3 weeks off or 4 weeks off.
Yeah.
And then I'm just a full-time dad, stay at home when I'm at home.
Yeah.
As far as my kids know, because I work at night here. So like if I'm doing stand-up in San Diego, then I'm leaving the house when they're sleeping.
Yeah.
And then doing drop-off. They have no idea what I did at night.
That's kind of cool. Also, like, I'm glad you're able to know that, like, yeah, if you flew back whenever the break was that small, it almost make things worse for your family, because you would show up just not to ruin things, to make things worse, and then leave. And that would, and like, that's, your wife would probably be like, dude, just what the hell, man? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. No one's happy at that point. And it's like it's a big waste of money. And as you know, things aren't getting cheaper. So it's like, let's sort of, make good decisions here. So like this, I'm getting ready. I'm literally on a red eye tonight. So after we finish this, I will shower and go to the airport, and I'll be gone for 10 days. Then I'll come back for 3 days, and I'll be gone for 4 days. And then the tour's over. Then it's like Thanksgiving. Yeah. And then this tour is over. And then I get to enjoy the Thanksgiving through New Year without really going out. So it's like it's a pretty good situation this year.
Nice. Where, like, whenever you're booking shows, like, do you play on the East Coast so much? Because I feel like if you're in San Diego, that's about as far west as you can possibly get. Do you try to hit up the East Coast that much? Or you try to stay more like Western or anything like that?
No, I'm literally
Wherever?
wherever
Okay, cool.
they will have me, I will go.
Yeah.
Like, my general strategy that sort of makes sense to me is to try to revisit all the cities that I've gone on this tour, because it's like we did the whole East Coast. We're on a Midwest run right now. We did a full Texas run. And so revisit those cities and obviously smaller venues and like sort of serve the community that I'm building on
Mhm.
the tour. And then sort of seeing where the most people come out, and then that's where you revisit on the second one. You go like,
Yeah.
okay, we should spend more time and money maybe in this city. So yeah, I'm just trying to just do everything that makes sense,
Yeah,
so
of
I'm not
course.
wasting money as a dad. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like we're looking at the books. This is how I make money, but
Yeah.
also it's like, how much money do we have to spend to make this make sense?
Yep. Do you have like a manager who helps you like figure out those numbers and everything, or is this kind of like you and your wife figuring it out?
That's me and me figuring it out. And then I present to my wife when it's necessary. I really, at this point, I
Yeah.
really function as a one-man business. It's definitely, I'm burning the candle at all five ends. And it's like, it's just,
Yeah.
as parents, we just do what we have to do. So I'm making it
Yep.
work and everything is working right now. And so we're good. And then
Yeah.
as soon as a problem that is too big for me to handle pops up, then we'll
Yeah.
figure out our contingencies. But for now, I'm retaining all 100% of my work, and yeah, we're doing fine.
That's awesome. I mean, it really is like the best analogy of like that's kind of what being a parent is like. What all did you handle today? And you're like, I don't everything. I probably forgot something. I'm confident I forgot. Actually, hold on. I'm confident I forgot something. So I know all three of my kids are alive, and my wife seemed to like to be around me today. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna I'm gonna
yeah,
call today a
yeah.
win. That's what I'm gonna call today.
Exactly, exactly. That is, yeah. That pretty much sums it up.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
How's San Diego's like comedy scene? Like, if you are at home for an extended amount of time, do they have enough
hmm
clubs where you can kind of work the city a little bit and get out?
Yeah. Yeah, there's four clubs here and the independent scene is really good. So yeah, when I'm at home on those breaks, I am getting good work in and I'm one of the like seasoned comedians in the scene,
Hmm.
so it's like it's generally easy for me to get on almost any show. So yeah, so I get good work in while I'm at home
Nice,
and yeah, definitely great work on the road.
cool. How long have you been doing comedy for?
So this has been my full-time
Hmm.
career since 2010. So 15 years like
Damn, yeah,
getting paid.
yeah,
And altogether close to 20. I think I'm like 18 years like since I started going
yeah.
to open mics, and I started getting paid relatively quickly. And yeah, dude, I sort of don't look up. I have blinders on and I just one foot in front of the other is kind of
Yeah,
my thing, and I hope everything works out. And then there are definitely times where I look at the calendar and I'm like, oh, there's no shows on here.
man, yeah,
Like this is, I might have to get a job, I say.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
might
yeah,
have
yeah,
to be a person. And whenever I sort of dust off that, like seriously dust off the resume,
yeah.
is when, five or six more shows will just sort of pop up and
That's good.
sort of affirm. Yeah, it's like nice. It's, it affirms what I'm doing.
Yeah,
The universe is like, no, 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 no.
don't do
Here, go
that.
back to work.
You do not
Yeah,
need a
yeah,
dust job, man. You'll be okay.
yeah. yeah.
I think Bruce Springsteen, because he did a show on Broadway for a while, and I feel like he either opened the show with or would say like, "This is the first 9 to 5 job I've ever had in my entire life." Like I've never, no one
Yeah.
ever wants to hear me play music at like noon. Like, and just the
Mhm,
confusion of
mhm.
like, yeah, if you right now were like, "Hey man, I'm gonna go work at a call center or something like that," I'm sure you'd be like you would get yourself fired because you'd be
For
so
sure.
like, I don't want to need to be here. My purpose is
For
not being
sure.
in this room at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, you're not allowed to just tell the person how you feel? Like, I don't, office politics? What is,
You can tell them. It doesn't usually work in your favor if you would like to keep
right,
that job. That's the only thing. You can be as
right.
honest as you want. You just can't always be employed. That's the other side of it.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I had a joke with my wife probably 2 months ago. She works in HR
Okay.
for like a big company. I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, you're like the joke police.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
You, it is so weird that we're a couple because I, I would not make it at the company just based on the things that I say.
That's funny. My wife did some HR in her career as well. And I was like, oh,
Hmm.
most HR people don't like me because I do. I just poke. I just poke at
Yeah.
everything because I'm just like, you're
Hmm.
also serious. You're also serious. You're also serious. And then I don't get promotions and I don't get more money. It's weird how that works out. So I understand that energy of like, I'm so glad
Yeah.
you know how to be a mature adult because I have no idea how to
Hmm.
be one.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think Devin's going to be right for this.
He's oh, did he come? He's asking for more money? Yeah, we'll see about that one.
Tell him we're all out.
We're all out of the money. Didn't you guys just say you had a surplus? Not for him.
Yeah.
How's it? So I know there's a better way to phrase this, but your wife like has the real job then is kind of what it feels
Yeah.
like. Okay, cool.
Although when as an artist, you know, we have good years and bad years and just okay years. This is a good year, so I'm like I think we're pulling equal weight this year, which is like kind of nice to be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I think I do need new irons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could buy them for myself.
Yeah.
I don't need money.
You're not double
Mom.
checking her pay stub and being like,
Yeah.
so the mortgage needs to be paid, right? Just to confirm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was like the year is so good this year, Devin, that I started a savings account like
Whoa.
on my own.
Nice.
On my own, a separate account so I could try to save an extra mortgage payment because all of my like elder, like, you know, grandparent age friends are like, dude, you should be trying to pay at least one extra mortgage payment a year.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, well, I'm on this pretty big tour. Let me start saving. And so it's like, that was like one of my goals at the beginning of the year. It's like, let me make one extra mortgage payment. And so I think on my own, like not us splitting it. It's like,
that's cool.
Here, this is an extra payment, you know, so we can, I don't know. I don't know the exact math because I am a dum-dum, but it's like, if you pay one extra mortgage payment a year for the life of your home loan, it's like you cut off X amount of years from the loan because you're paying down the interest faster.
Yep.
So.
No, it makes me disgusted to look at like, I try not to look at like, hey, here's our mortgage payment for the month. How much of it was interest? How much of it was principal?
Yeah.
All right, if it was $3,000 for your mortgage, about 500 of that was your principal. And you're like, why?
Yeah.
Why is this the system?
Upsetting.
This needs to be a different system. I don't agree with the system.
It's so upsetting. But you have to do it because it costs $3,000 to rent a house the size that you need for your family. So you might as well just be renting from yourself, you know? That's kind of the logic for us. So it was like, why are we spent the pandemic at once it was clear that people weren't going out in public, we were like, okay, well, we have this baby and we can't go anywhere. So and my mom is in a empty nest. She's in a house with like 4 extra rooms. It's like, we might as well move into that house and just sort of, you know, have some humility, move in there and save all of this rent money that we're giving this dude.
Yep.
So we can have enough money to make a down payment. So we did a year at my mom's house. She did not charge us rent, and we just saved all of our money.
So lucky.
To go towards our down payment. And then, you know, we luckily, you know, it took us 3 years to find this place, but it's like we finally found our place. And so it's like, now we're not paying rent to anyone, but we are paying California mortgage prices and just, you know,
it's
just getting by.
How was your career whenever the pandemic hit? Because you couldn't go on the road anymore. Like, how did you actually like did you just go into full like stay-at-home dad family responsibilities in that moment?
Yeah. Um, Zoom comedy shows were a thing that were happening.
What? Okay. All right.
Yeah. It was not good. I did like 5 of those, and that was not good. So over the pandemic, I'm a really big like pizza fan.
Yeah.
And so over the pandemic, I bought a pizza oven,
Yeah.
and my buddy owned a restaurant at the time, so he got me like 50 pounds of flour
Hmm.
and like a bunch of dry active yeast, and I made hundreds of I learned how to make pizza over the pandemic. And then once we opened up our bubble a little bit, I would feed this pizza to friends from a distance, and they were like, "You should sell this pizza." And I said, "Probably not." And then, I started running out of money. So I was like,
Well,
well,
yeah.
maybe if
Now that you
everyone
say
keeps
that
telling me,
again,
everyone keeps telling me I should sell this pizza. So I actually started a successful pizza pop-up over the pandemic. So I would take pre-orders
yeah.
and then sell them out of the backyard. I would, email people time slots and just
Yeah.
sell pizza. So where that's how I made money on the back half of the
Okay.
pandemic. So it was like an artistic outlet,
Yeah.
and it was like I enjoy learning, and so I was just like I got to learn this new skill, and now I know that, if comedy goes really well, the next step is to open like my own little
Yeah.
pizzeria.
Nice. Well, that sounds like, sounds like you've got a pretty big like entrepreneurial spirit, or like you
Hmm.
don't sit still very well, is what I would assume. Or you're probably always like, all right, I got to do something. I can't just be here.
Yeah. That was more that. It was
Yeah.
like I have to do something.
Yeah.
And it was like, kind of, not kind of, it was very depressing to not go out and
Yeah.
not see people. And then, so yeah, I just kind of put all of the time, effort, and energy that I would put into writing jokes normally to go down this deep rabbit hole on like pizza dough hydration
Yeah, man.
levels
No,
and like different
yep.
flours. And
Yep.
I'm like,
Did you do 00 or bread flour? What was your flour of choice?
so I started with 00 flour because
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I got this wood fired uni oven, and I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll have to learn how to make Neapolitan first, and then so that's 00, and then I decided that's not my favorite kind of pizza, so now I just do bread flour, and I do bread flour with like a whole wheat
Ooh.
Polish or a whole wheat biga,
Yeah.
and then sometimes in my pre-ferment, I'll throw in a little bit of rye flour in
Yeah.
there for some flavor. And like I mess with the pre-ferment, and then I use bread flour as my dough base. And right now, I think I'm 68%, 68 to 70% is kind of my hydration level
Hydration
for my
point. Yeah.
dough.
Yeah. I never got into the hydration level of it. I more
Hmm.
experimented with like flours and different types of flours, and definitely prefer bread flour to 00 flour. I don't know why.
Yeah.
There's just something about it that
You need a stronger
I
flour. It's
did.
like
Yeah.
more protein. Yeah.
Yeah. So I felt
Yeah.
like whenever I would do 00 flour, it like wouldn't bind in the ways I could predict it, you know? And bread
Hmm.
flour is just like
Hmm.
consistent and freaking easy. And I'm already like, I'm
Yeah.
trying to make pizza with 3 kids running around the house. Like, I need to make
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
easier for me if I can.
Yeah. Yeah, uh you're a better man than me if you're making the pizza around the kids, because I'm such a nerd about it,
Okay.
Devin. Like I don't I mean, it's hard for me to articulate exactly how nerdy it is, but it's
Yeah.
like
It's a science,
I
man. It is legitimately, you're doing science that you can eat. It's
yeah.
phenomenal and awesome.
Yeah. I bought a pizza dough mixer that's made in Italy that is only for pizza dough.
You went,
It's
how
like
did you convince your wife of that? Like, hey, by the way, I know I'm not working. Can I
yeah,
buy
yeah,
a
yeah.
pizza dough specific mixer?
So this was after the pop-up got really popular.
That makes more
I
sense.
was like, all right, so 2 things need to happen here, babe. I have to buy a bigger oven. I have to buy a bigger oven, and then I need a more efficient dough mixer
Yeah,
because I'm gonna break this KitchenAid. Like
you
this is
are.
a lot of
You
dough.
are.
So then, so yeah, then I did some research. I almost bought there was a diner, a cafe that went out of business near my mom's house,
Mhm.
and they had, you're a baker, so
Yeah.
you know this. They had like a old, probably from World War One,
Yeah.
circa World War One, World War Two, big ass Hobart mixer.
Yeah.
And I was like, how much for the mixer? It'll be like, I think it was like $200 or $250 for this industrial, like a big
I just
ass
Googled
mixer.
it. I
And I
know
was like,
exactly what it is. Yes.
yeah. And I was like, all right, let me talk to my general manager and I'll let you know if I could. But then I found out that the mixer ran off of 220, and I was like, I don't know if I have access to 220, so I'm gonna have to pass. But I bought that level mixer, but a sort of a countertop one that is, I think the most dough that I can mix is like 11 pounds of dough, which is like a lot.
That's a lot of dough. Those old like World War Ones though, like things, it looks like they're built as if like, hey, just if you need a fallout shelter, just jump
For sure.
inside the dough mixer and it'll actually
Yeah.
protect you from all radiation.
Yeah,
And
if
you'll be
anything
this
happens.
is our backup plan. If Russia or Cuba bombs us, you just jump in here, you're set. You're all good. So I know exactly what type of mixer you're talking about, and I don't know if I'm proud of that, but here I am.
You should be proud of it.
Do you so do you
That
let
was-
do you let your kids help you with making the dough at all? Or I feel like I let them
Yes.
pour in the flour, but then whenever it
Yeah.
comes time to do like the real work, I'm like, hey, what's that over there? And then get them to go away.
Yeah. So I will let them help me weigh things, so
Yes.
they can take the flour out of the sack, like onto the scale.
Mhm.
And then I will let them add certain things into the mixer. But like salt, you kind of want to spread evenly around the dough.
Yeah.
And 3-year-olds, and even 6-year-olds don't have the nuance of
Yeah.
this little action.
Disbursement?
It's
Yeah,
more
yeah,
like,
yeah.
boop.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll let them help me with that. I don't know. It's just kind of like how I was raised, very Japanese.
Mhm.
If they're gonna help me, I make sure that it's like, all right, do you want to help? Because this is not just a play job. It's like, if
Yeah.
you're gonna help, it's gonna start here and
Yeah.
we gotta end here. So you gotta let me know right now
Mhm.
if you're on board, because the minute I see you not paying attention, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave the kitchen. And so what generally happens is they pour the flour in, I get it going, and then maybe they get to the what goes in second. I do flour, flour. No, I do water, starter, flour, then salt, then oil.
Do you do
So
active
they
dry
generally,
yeast? Do you do active dry yeast or
yeah,
instant
yeah.
dry yeast? So
Active
do you
dry.
wake up the yeast first before you add everything else in?
So I only put the yeast in the starter.
Okay,
So
cool.
when the starter goes in, that's all the yeast. So
Cool,
I
gotcha,
put I use the yeast, but I do activate it
Okay,
before I put it into
okay.
the
Just making sure. Sorry, I'm
the
getting into the
pre-ferment.
weeds
Yeah,
here
yeah.
for the dough making.
Yeah, people listening are like, wait, what?
I thought this was supposed to be about father.
Yeah. Is this a baking podcast now? What is
It
going
is for
on?
10 to 15 minutes, okay?
I told you I get real nerdy about my pizza.
Dude, I think it's fascinating and like,
Yeah.
and then like you can like, cause it's edible science. That's what it is. And then like, you're like, you like do it and you're like, oh man, well, then I think once I was like, what's the hydration? What was the humidity that day? Cause this dough was more
Mhm.
dry than I anticipated it to be. And there was like a day where it was colder and we hadn't turned the heat on and the humidity was even less out here in Denver. And I was like, this,
Yeah.
like, it like formed a skin on the outside of it within like an hour of resting. And I was like, I need to mess with and I'm like, what? Stop. What are you doing?
Yep.
Pay attention to your children.
Or yeah, it's like, or you just you have to rub the outside of the dough ball with olive oil. So
Yes.
it's almost like you lotion up
You do. You're
the dough.
moisturizing the dough. Yeah.
Yeah.
It puts the
It's a
lotion
nerdy
on,
ass conversation
puts
right
the
here.
lotion on the dough or it gets the hose again. That's what you're muttering under your breath as your children look at you and go, I don't know what's wrong with him.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah. But we have awesome pizza parties at the
Cool.
house now. It's like pretty great. I have people, like our friends, look forward to coming over here. I love inviting people over and telling them, oh, I'm going to make pizza at the house.
Yeah.
And the people that don't know how much of a nerd I am about this, like
Yeah.
when My favorite thing is to serve the first pizza and then watch the reaction because
Yeah.
I don't know what people picture in their head when they go to someone's house and they say, we're going to make pizza,
Yeah.
but it's not what I'm serving.
Yeah.
So the people are like, oh,
This is
I
a
didn't know
real
we were having
pizza.
restaurant style. Yeah.
Yep.
This is, yeah.
Okay,
great.
growing up, we did a lot of frozen pizza, like Tombstone. Growing up, did you do a lot of pizza that was frozen, or did you do like to-go pizza?
No, so we were super poor. We didn't,
Yeah.
if we got takeout pizza, that was a treat.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely have core memories and core flavor memories of like Pizza Hut pizza.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had Round Table where you grew up, but
No.
Round Table
Yeah.
pizza is like that's like a nice like take home pizza. But the pizza that I remember from my childhood that we got to have were on San Francisco rolls. So like my mom would
Okay.
do San Francisco rolls, cut them in half, and then we would get to make our own.
Yeah.
Basically pizza on French bread or
Yep.
pizza on English muffin. That's like, and then school pizza, which was not good, but it was
No.
pizza.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
We did a lot of I think we did French bread as well, because Midwest, we didn't have many
Yeah.
San Francisco related breads out there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we would do that a lot of like French bread, and just a ton of pizza sauce and cheese, and then baking it.
Like
and
the baguette from the store, like a French roll.
Yep,
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So my mom would just like cut that up and then open face it, and then so that was that and like Chef Boyardee pizza mix, which now as an adult I'm like, this smells like it's not good.
Yeah. What is this? Doesn't smell of this world. I don't know what this is.
Normally yeast doesn't smell like this, and I'm assuming that's what I'm smelling as I eat this.
Yeah. Do you I just recently got out of my own way and I was like, we could have a pizza night without me breaking out this special mixer. So just recently I started doing, and I wish I would have done it sooner, and now it's like I could add it to the rotation of dinners, but it's like now I do the English muffin pizza and let them top them. And that's super fun for them. So we can have the fun pizza parties on like a regular weekday. And then when we're going to have pizza, then it's like, okay, this can be dad's thing that I do to entertain adults and children, but it's serious. This is not fun. This is serious.
Yep.
Call me chef. I'm not dad.
You become an episode of The Bear for one night a week.
Yep.
That's what you do.
Yeah. But it is fun to let them top their own little English muffins or whatever. Yeah.
Well, also if it's an English muffin, like if I've ever done it where I make like a full like 10-inch pizza and I want them to top it, I'm like, you are going to eat all this, right? Like, I don't want to eat just a half, like, because, they do like their distribution. I have critiques. Because like, here's one section that's very well cheese. This section is double cheese. This section is no cheese. And this one is Parmesan cheese. And I'm like, all right. So if that's what we're doing, if it's just an English muffin, that's fine. But whenever the next day I look at the leftovers in the fridge and I'm like, I'm eating the Parmesan cheese piece of pizza
section,
today.
Yeah.
I'm like, trying to be inclusive. Here we go.
Yep, that's the dad section, the one that is left over. That's why the English muffins are great too, because it's like for the 3-year-old, it's like, okay, one English muffin,
all set,
and we're all done there. And the 6-year-old, he's like, okay, 2 English muffins and minimal waste.
Yeah,
just hit Trader Joe's for the pizza sauce.
Yep,
and it's like, this is easy: pepperoni, some mushrooms, some olives, and it's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Do you, whenever you're home, do you normally take on the cooking responsibilities, or does your wife do any of that also?
Yeah, I do 97% of the cooking in this house. 3% is when I'm on tour, and the air fryer and the microwave get a lot of work.
Yep.
When dad's on tour.
Yeah. Which is
a lot of air frying, a lot of microwaving, a lot of breakfast for dinner.
Yep.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun happens when when dad's on the road.
At the same time, though, I'm sure you're like, hey, all 3 kids are alive and they're fed, and I'm not within 1,000 miles of you. Thank you. Thank you for holding it down while I'm out here talking nonsense to people.
Like, I don't micromanage that. It's like whatever, because, 3 kids by yourself is not the easiest thing to do. So it's like whatever you need to do to get by.
Yep.
Do you? And then as soon as I'm back, it's like, I reassume my role,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had on one guest, which he has older kids. I think his youngest was like 9 or something. And he said whenever he got back from being on tour, his first thing was like to go through the leftovers that were in the fridge just to see how long they'd been in there. Because he was
Yeah.
like, it's just realistic. You fed the kids. That's
Yeah.
great. I think this has been in
Yeah.
here for 2 weeks. And
Yeah.
if we haven't eaten it
Yeah.
yet, I'm pretty sure we aren't. I'm not judging.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to start a fight.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be helpful. So that's the reality
Yeah.
of being on the road whenever you got family back at home.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, lots of, Uber Eats. I think it is, I think our socially, the roles in the house have kind of changed for a certain percentage of us. I think it
Mhm.
used to be where like, the man would work and then the woman would do all the cooking and cleaning. And now it's like there's a lot of us dads out there that, do work,
Yeah.
but then also like a lot of my girlfriends don't know how to cook. And it's like they don't feel bad about it. This is just where we are as a society.
Mhm.
So it's like if you want homemade food, bro,
It's got to be
you got to learn how to cook it.
Yeah.
And so yeah.
I find it fascinating because like I was also pretty poor growing up. So like cooking was something our mom was like, we don't have a lot of money. We're gonna figure this out. It might be she roasted a chicken and made chicken soup and we ate that for the whole week. But like
Mhm.
growing up being poor, I had to be creative with food because if this is what you're eating, you got to make it you got to make it fun. You got to make it taste good because
Yeah.
this is all you got.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When you grow up poor, you do learn how to be creative and you do learn the evolution of the one pot meal.
Mhm.
It's
Yep.
like, oh, this is how it tastes on day 1.
Yes.
Day 2, it tastes even better. Day
Mhm.
3, now this is a completely different dish. I don't know what this is now. And day 4, just,
We're good.
I don't think we should be eating this. I don't think this is for us.
Especially if like if my parents would be reheating the thing for all of us, so they'd reheat the whole pan like 2 or 3 times, and I don't
Can't.
know biologically what happens on that 4th day, but it crawls out of the dish,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You gotta chase it.
You
You
do.
gotta earn it on the 4th day.
You do. Lasagna was always my favorite. My mom would make like a big lasagna, and like day 2 or
Mhm.
3 of lasagna of like being
Yeah.
cold in the pan is like the day of lasagna.
Yeah.
And then by day 4, I don't know if it's because
Yeah.
everything's changed like chemically in it, or if I just ate lasagna for 3 days in a row. But day 4 is definitely
Yeah.
the day of like, please, someone take this away.
Yeah. Day 2 and day 3 lasagna is elite.
It's
It
so good.
could be argued that day 2 and day 3 is better than day 1 lasagna.
I think it is. I've
Yeah.
never admitted that to someone before, but just day 2 or 3 lasagna is absolutely better than day 1.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's had time to like marinate. Literally, it's like everything just has a time to chill out together
Yeah.
and, be their best selves.
They're
Be their
vibing.
best
The
selves.
noodles and sauce,
Yeah.
they're all vibing. They've got a good thing going. And that's just, it's how it's meant to
Yeah.
be.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, before I start to like wrap up and everything, I should
Yeah.
ask you about like because you just did a comedy special, didn't you? Are you about to have a comedy
Yes.
special that's about to air? I want to make
Yes.
sure to give you time to talk about that
Oh,
process,
yeah.
all that stuff before we wrap up and you
Yeah,
can
I
catch a red
forgot.
eye.
That's
Yeah, the
Yeah,
purpose
I
of the
forgot.
call. Yeah.
I forgot. That's why we're here. Yeah, so I just released my debut 1-hour special. It's called What Are We Doing Today? And it's awesome. I am biased, but it's awesome. It's doing really well. My friend Angela Johnson Reyes is executive producer on the project, and it's a clean hour of comedy that I shot here in San Diego, and it's like my welcome to the world kind of moment, I guess you could say. This is like my first real strong step forward to standing alone as my own artist. And I'm very proud of it. I think it's something that you're going to be able to watch with your entire family as the holiday season approaches here. And it's about, becoming my journey into dadhood. This is like the early stages. I shot it last year. So I had, 2 kids and one on the way, or 2 kids and a very small baby at home. So it's like encapsulates that part of my life. And I don't know. It's awesome. I think you and your audience will enjoy it. The website it's on YouTube,
Mhm.
it's on Spotify, it's on Amazon, it's on Pandora, so you can get it everywhere. This is like my first legit sort of project.
Yeah.
You can find it at malhalltv.com, so you don't have to go on YouTube and sort of search for me. But if you're watching it on your TV, like your smart device, like your big TV, just I think you just search Mal Hall and comedy special and it'll pop up. And when you do watch it on your TV, for all the dads listening to this, I need you to do me a solid, pull it up on your TV, but then pull it up on all your personal devices at home as well. And I need you to I need to get 8 plays out of your
Okay.
1 play at home.
Okay. Cool.
The currency that means the most to me as far as this special is concerned is views. That's the thing that,
that's
like,
true.
when I go to pitch myself to a comedy club in a city I've never been to, I can go like, hey, this is my special, and this is how many people have affirmed that it is watchable. So if you're gonna watch it on every device that you have, if you can stand to do that.
Well, I mean, isn't it fun to try to figure out like the data point that makes people think you're legitimate? Where it's like,
Yeah.
I've been doing it for 15 years. Okay, how many views do you have? Okay.
Yep.
I thought maybe
Yep.
the fact I've made a living out of this for almost 2 decades would mean something, but apparently it
Nope.
doesn't. Appreciate that.
How many followers do you have on TikTok? That's what I need to know before I watch this thing.
How many of your videos have 1 million views? Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
That's encouraging. That's great.
I can say I have 2 of those.
Nice.
I
Well
have
done.
2. And there's one joke off of this special that, like, when I was touring the act, it was like a good joke in the special. Like, it's a good joke in the act. But I didn't, finger it as the one, like, oh, this is going to be the joke that people really resonate with.
Yeah.
But in a day, it got to like over 1 million views on like a couple of platforms. It's
Nice. That's
like,
it.
cool. That's pretty sweet.
I find it so exhausting because I'll upload like 30-second clips of episodes and stuff like that. Some get 20 views, some get 1,000, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
what was in the algorithm today? What word did I use that YouTube was suddenly like, by the way, this one's it, kid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this
Yeah.
was a this was a just okay quote that apparently YouTube thought was the one. So appreciate that.
Yeah. It is. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. So it just kind of behooves us to keep pushing.
Throwing it out there.
Yep. Yep. Keep pushing. So yeah, watch my special. Follow me on all the social, whatever your favorite social media thing is.
Yeah.
Follow me on there. I don't ask people to do all of it, but just at least watch the special. And when you enjoy it, I need you to share it with,
of
your
course.
like-minded friends.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Okay, I've got one question for you, or at least one. How do you, whenever you're about to go on stage, how hard is it for you to mentally get in the zone? Because like whenever you're a dad, you do wear like 1 million hats, you've got 5 million things going on. What have you learned to make it so whenever you're about to walk on stage, you're actually like mentally present to do your job? Because you have a very unique job.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
This is like, my answer is not going to be very exciting.
That's fine.
I have no pregame ritual to get into the zone. It's like I sort of literally in the 90 seconds right before I go on, when we have all decided like, okay, so we're getting ready to go, like I'll go stand side stage and like really just take a couple of deep breaths and walk out there. It's like I tell people that the time that when I'm out there on stage, it's like sort of the best time that I have every day. Like this is some of the most fun that I have every day as a person. So it doesn't feel like work, and I don't feel like I have to really lock in because I'm a storyteller and I'm telling you a lot of stories about my family. So it's kind of like, it's easy for me to sort of just go to this place where I'm treating the audience like they're my family, and I'm just telling these jokes, these stories, these funny stories about my family and friends or whatever. And it's pretty easy to lock in.
That's good. I'm sure familiarity plays a big part in that. I'm sure like whenever you first started versus now, it's got to be different. Where now you're just like, nope, I know what I'm going to talk about. I know how to make it feel true and authentic and funny all at the same time. And let's just get it started, if anything.
Yeah, the difference between when I started and now is like I used to, make up a lot of the jokes from whole cloth. So I had to memorize everything. And now it's like I'm just telling stories.
That's cool.
about things that I've seen or things that I've done. And so it's less memorization and more just like
Vibe.
conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That I think like I like Mike Birbiglia a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like he has like some joke or some story of being like the first time we did stand up, going through like an hour of material in 10 minutes, throwing up outside afterwards, and then someone being like, "How was that?" And he was like, "That was the best. That was the best thing I've ever done in my life." And it's like
Yes.
objectively, you did very badly.
Yeah. 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 Can't wait to be that bad again.
That's right. I applaud anyone who can do stand up because I do like I understand being humorous and knowing how to like make people laugh in conversation. But like I could how to stay on your feet if you bomb or if no one responds to a joke the way you thought it would. I'm sure it's just like
Yeah.
practice, you learn it, you figure it out. But
Yeah.
my self-esteem would be destroyed daily.
Yeah. You got to get through a lot of those bombs to build up the callus to now, like if I have a bomb, I can kind of sort of deal with it. I know what went wrong.
Yeah, I got you.
This is the point right here. I knew this was not going to go, but I said it anyway. And so I was right. And also they were right.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? They were, yeah.
We all
It doesn't ruin a day anymore.
That's good. That's awesome. Well, where's your red eye to? Like, where are you flying to tonight?
So tonight I'm flying to Chicago, and in the morning I'll be flying to Green Bay. I've shown Green Bay tomorrow
Okay.
night. Yeah.
Nice.
So I also need to book this. I'm gonna do a tour. Green Bay Packers are my team, so it's
Really?
like
Cool.
I'm gonna do the
Lambeau?
tour of Lambeau Field. It'll
That's
be
awesome.
pretty cool.
That's cool. Anyway, so I'll go and wrap up the episode so you can prepare for your flight and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how we end every episode is ask every guest a series of 5 questions. They're pretty fun and lighthearted. They aren't rapid fire, so you have time to think about them.
Okay.
The first question is, did you have any backup names for your kids? Like, did you have any names that you almost named your kids?
Backup names. So my wife and I did not find out the gender of our kids for all 3 of them. So we had 3 surprises. So
Yeah.
each time we were pregnant, we came up with a boy name and a girl name. So I guess we had backups. Do people tell you the backup names?
If you want to, unless you want to hold on to them. Just sometimes
No.
people have a story of like, we almost named our kid this or something like
So
that.
we almost, yeah, there were the one name. So my daughter is June,
Mhm.
and we almost named her Ryan, because my wife's maiden name is Ryan, and we thought it would be cool. I thought it would be cool I think Ryan is a cool name for a girl.
Yeah.
And then like Ryan Hall. So it's like both of our
Oh, that's cool.
names.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. That was the only real like
Maybe.
all the other names. Yeah, all the other names are my wife wanted Keon for our oldest son really bad, and I just did not want that.
Yeah.
So, but she was really in love with it. So my way of getting my way on that was I fell in love with the name Kalino. It's Hawaiian. And so what I would do is I would just randomly yell the name. Like, you got to try it out. You got to see how it
Yeah, of
feels.
course.
So I'd randomly just be, hey, Kalino. Hey, Kalino, come here. Good job, Kalino. Just like randomly throughout the day as we're pregnant. And then finally, I think I broke her down. She was like, Kalino's pretty nice. I'm like, it is pretty nice.
It is nice, isn't it? It's weird.
Let's go with that.
Did you also whisper to her in her sleep? Just whispered in her ear while she slept for hours?
Yeah, I did. I did make a voice recording that I would play at like a super, super quiet.
Just hide it in the sound machine somewhere. Just layer it in.
Yep. So that was, we didn't have any backup names, so we.
Yeah, I got you. Nice. Next question. Who's your favorite TV or movie dad?
Favorite TV or movie dad? I mean, I think Uncle Phil is strong.
Yep.
That's a good one. That's the one that stands out right now. I'll go with
Uncle Phil is solid. I mean,
yeah.
I think Uncle Phil has made most men our age cry from his sincerity and the way he was a father to Will Smith. So no, it makes sense.
He's a good role model, a good role model dad on TV. Yeah, let's go with that.
We'll go with that. And next question, what's your go-to replacement curse word?
Replacement curse word.
Yeah.
So, um, what have I just said? I just cussed.
Some people
I
do. You
just-
can say there is no the
Are you
replacement
really?
curse word is the curse word. It is actually, I think if I had to make a pie chart of answers, the number one answer is I didn't know I was supposed to have a replacement. That is the
That's-
number one answer. So
That is hilarious. I don't have a replacement. We just don't cuss in front of them.
okay, yeah.
I think heck is probably the one. That's like the one
Ah, heck.
curse word, What the heck? And now the 3-year-old says it, which is, not good.
No,
But it's not the worst thing in the world. It's
Yes.
it's a lot better than the alternative.
Yes.
But heck would be the heck and shoot. Shoot is like the replacement for shit. But I said it.
Oh my
I
gosh.
said it. Shoot. So shoot and heck are like the replacements. And then, we don't do hard Fs in here.
No, of course not. Never.
Yeah,
Never.
yeah.
I feel like I do sound effects if I do anything. It's more like I'm like,
Okay.
like, like weird noises like that. Because if I start to say, I'm just going to say the word. If I start to my brain's going to be like, you don't want that. Just say what you
Yeah.
mean, man. Stay
Yeah.
honest. So
Yeah. And even though they're young, they know what they know
they
it.
know what's
Just
up.
say it.
Do you,
Yeah.
when you say what the heck, I always feel like I should say it as if I'm from Minnesota or somewhere up north. I never just say, what the heck? It's always like, oh, what the heck? What the hey? I don't, I'm stereotyping. I understand this, but do you I have to say it with that accent. Do you say it with an accent or you just say it like a normal person?
I do not. I
Okay.
say it like a Californian, I guess.
What the heck? Oh, what the heck? Oh, what the hey? So that's what's wrong with me. Anyway, next question. What's like one of your favorite kids' toys or activities that you do with your kids?
We go to the zoo. That's my
Cool.
favorite.
Yeah.
We have a San Diego Zoo here, so it's like it fills, it checks a few boxes for the parent. It drains the battery.
Mhm.
To me, that's like one of our number one jobs as parents. It's like get these kids to be tired by the end of the day. And San Diego Zoo is a nice way. It's the right amount of stimulation.
Mhm.
The right amount of walk, it could be a long walk or a short walk. And personally for me, it's exercise. It is a good walk. So I get the exercise out of it as well. And, it's economically friendly. That year pass is like,
Yeah.
it pays for itself in 2 visits. And then, that's the go-to parent activity. That's it.
I think
The zoo.
if we go to the zoo here, which is the Denver Zoo's good size also, I feel like it's a guaranteed 2 to 3 mile walk, like every single
Yeah.
time we go. And it's always outside. It's always like there's not a screen. And I'm like, all right, I felt like I did something right today because we spent most of the day at the zoo.
For sure. And it's like, my strategy is I ask, both kids, which animal do you want to see? Which animal do you want to see? And that sort of dictates the route that I'll take. And then I could decide if, are we going the long way or are we going the short way? You wanted to go here, so you have to walk. No, the stroller's for the baby.
Yeah, that's right.
The stroller's for the baby.
God. We didn't even do your kids fight over the stroller? Because whenever we had the third kid, like the middle kid or oldest, we'd be like, why don't I get a stroller? And you're like, you're 5 years older than him. Why would you get a stroller?
My oldest knows better now. He doesn't even ask. My daughter did try to get in the undercarriage of the stroller the other day.
That's real. Yep.
And I was like, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
You go ahead and we're gonna walk. You go walk.
I remember one of my kids, because my kids for some reason will always pick up rocks on a walk. I don't know why. And then put them in the undercarriage. So one of them, starts to take the rocks out of the undercarriage so they can then put themselves in it. And I'm just like, I don't like any of this. I don't want any of this to happen. Please stop all of this. And then final question for you, more sincere is, I'll ask you this. Do you want sincere or do you want humorous for your last question?
Whatever you want.
Okay. We'll do, actually, I think I'm going to do more humorous just because I'm intrigued to see what take you have on this question.
Okay.
What is your least favorite kids show? Like whenever your kids put it on, you're like, dear God, please don't let me have to watch this show ever again.
I banned Daniel Tiger.
Really?
And
Anti-Daniel
I'm not
Tiger.
yeah, just because the kids would like start singing the songs at me, and I didn't like that. I don't like that at all. So yeah, I just didn't want the kids that were like, and Daniel is like a really like I don't know how to describe him, but he's the kind of kid I would not want my kid to be like. So I cut that off. I understand it. There are some good lessons in there
There
that it
are.
does teach, but just the tone of it, I don't
Yeah.
like the tone. It's like if we could change the tone to just like, let's talk like
Yeah,
people
yeah.
instead of, singing everything.
I think he feels a
My
little
God,
he feels
dude.
a little patronizing sometimes. He's like,
Yes.
wouldn't you feel sad if this happened? And you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, I do. I already know I feel sad.
Yes. Yes. I hate breaking the fourth wall. I hate that. I hate it. So we're a Sesame Street house.
Okay.
We do Sesame Street. We're a Wild Krat house. I like the
Wildcrats is
Wild Krats.
awesome. Yep.
They're great. And if I'm in a good mood, we cut off Paw Patrol. I don't really like Paw Patrol.
Yep.
So we don't do Paw Patrol. What's the other one? We like Octonauts. It's
Yeah.
like pretty good.
So you like PBS as long as it's not Daniel Tiger, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I just couldn't do what
Don't you? It was always it feels like a patronizing voice. It is very much like, don't you think you'd be sad if this happened?
Yeah.
Like, of course, I'm a human. Of course, I think it's sad this person lost their toy. I'm not a monster,
Yeah.
Daniel.
Yeah. I think my daughter one time before she like knew the actual words, maybe when she's like 2, she's like, one time she said to me, she was like, stop. Like however they sing the song. And I was
Yeah.
just like, we're done. We're done with this.
I grew up like Stephen King horror stuff all the time. And some of the songs for that show, I'm like, if you put this in a minor key, this would be creepy as hell. Like, close your eyes and think of something happy. And I'm like, that's a horror film. That's a horror film waiting to be made. Why am I not smarter? I need to be able to do this. So that's that. As mentioned earlier, that's where like I have to push and poke at everything. That's where my mind goes for watching kid shows. Is like, could this be a horror film in a different light? It could be.
This can be creepy. What's the serious question?
The serious
What's the other
question, more sincere, is what's a moment of your kid's life you're most excited to see them like enter into, or you're really excited for them to like reach in their own life?
I think that our kids are going to be like our babies in our heads for their entire life. So I think all of it is I think every chapter is going to be its own sort of exciting part. Like my son is in Little League now, so it's like cool to see him playing sports. And I never thought I would be the guy that like enjoyed going to watch, little kids play baseball. And now it is one of the most fun parts of the week where, I get to see him thrive and then also be his cool dad that helps the other kids learn how to do this stuff is pretty fun. I think your kids learning how to drive is going to be pretty terrifying, but also kind of fun. And of course, all the big moments, but I think first breakup is going to be kind of cool to just, hey, man.
You good?
This is going to happen.
Yeah. I feel so bad for my kids because I'm a sad music person. So I'm just gonna be in the back.
Okay.
So which playlist do you want? Like, which do you want like female singer songwriter focus, male singer songwriter focus? But like whatever heartbreak you're feeling, just know I'm here to help you.
Do you want to stay in this or are you trying to get out of it? Because
which one is it?
That'll determine which Ryan Adams I play for you.
Do you feel like you were used or you used them? That's also crucial.
Yeah.
So help me figure. I will curate your breakup. Sorry, this is really weird. Now I'm sorry. So that's why you set aside money for therapy for later. That's what
for
you do.
Sure.
Yeah.
So. For sure. They're gonna need it.
They will. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got for you. Normally, I'm like, hey, I can sauce because I don't think you said like your Instagram handle, but I know you already said like your website and everything. But if we wanted to follow
Mhm.
you, do you have like an Instagram or TikTok, like, or do you just Google Mal Hall and then you show up?
I think if you go to malhall.com,
Okay,
all the pertinent links are there. So go
cool.
find your favorite one. But I'm pretty much my name on every platform. So it's pretty easy to find. And if you Google Mal, just MAL and comedian, I'm like the first 5
Cool.
pages. So it's
Yeah.
like pretty easy to find.
Way to have a unique name, and it's not hard to spell.
Yeah.
So well
Yeah.
done. You did right.
It is hard for people to say, though. People call me Maul all the time,
Mall?
which is brutal. I hate
Why?
it. Yeah.
Because Hall has 2 L's in it also, so they naturally see MALL.
I guess. People be dumb.
I mean, my first name is Devin with an O, so I get Devon
Yeah.
on a consistent
Oh,
basis, which I
yeah.
am not a Devon.
You're like, I'm a super light-skinned Devon.
I am 6'4" and from Indiana. I don't know how much whiter
Yeah.
I can possibly get. So, but yeah, man, enjoy Chicago. I love Chicago. Chicago's one of my favorite towns. And dude, thanks for spending some time with me in the shed. I
Yeah,
really
thank you
appreciate
for
it.
having me. Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Cool. Appreciate it, Mal. See you next time.
Later, man.
Bye.
Good night.
Thank you so much for listening to the episode. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at the Imperfect Dads Podcast. And make sure to give us 5 stars wherever you listen to us. Music, editing, and production is all done by me. Make sure to tune in on Mondays and most Thursdays for new episodes. This podcast is part of the Never Effaced Network. Make sure to go to nevereffacednetwork.com to learn more about them.